Hey guys, my name is Gabby. Welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be filming a new updated bookshelf and room tour. So excited about this because it's been a year and a half since I first filmed a bookshelf tour. I filmed it like last February, I want to say, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to see my original one. But my room has changed a lot since I first filmed that one, and I've gotten a new additional bookshelf in my room since. There's just been a lot of changes to my shelves, and so like I haven't even filmed a new bookshelf tour since I've gotten my Canon camera. Here is my new and improved updated bookshelf tour. I'm really bad at organizing my bookshelves. Like, they're really like random and chaotic most of the time. Like, I don't know a really good way for me to organize my bookshelves. The way you see them now, it's probably going to be different by like next month, maybe even next week. I don't know. Let's just jump right in to the bookshelf tour. So I thought once again I should start it with this wide angle of my far wall. This is the wall directly next to the door, and to the left we have a huge window. So this is what my two main bookshelves look like. This is the one I always film in front of, and yeah, and then I have my desk in the middle. So moving on to my first large bookshelf, this is the one directly to the left of my desk. This is my like main shelf. So on the very top one here, I have a lot of like some of my favorite books of all time. So some of these ones in this stack over here are some of my favorite books of all time, and this bookshelf right here is constantly being rearranged. I'm not really sure I'm happy with how this looks, but these are all some of my favorite books of all time, and so are these ones here. And then these are some of my favorite books of all time and a lot of young adult hardbacks that I just don't know where else to put them, and they're kind of beautiful and rainbow, so I just leave them here. And then moving down to the next shelf, this is a major TBR shelf for the most part. The only ones I have read on this shelf are The Proposal and Tell Me Lies, but other than that, these are all books that are at the top of my TBR, so these are the ones that I'm hoping to read very soon. Especially like some of these down here. Like, these are all like my next up books that I plan on reading. Dropping down one more shelf, these are all of my book of the month books that I have read so far. And then just below that, I have a shelf full of book of the month books that I have not read yet. So these ones down here are all in rainbow order, and these are all the ones that I have not read yet that I plan on reading. And then up here, these are all the ones that I have finished. I try to organize it by like, these ones have been my favorites that I've read out of all of my book of the month books so far, and then these ones are all the ones that I liked, but they're not like my favorite books of all time. That's that shelf. We also have a little Negan and a copy of Reputation over here because decoration. Dropping down to the very last shelf, I just have a bunch of white spined books and black spined books. That's really the only organization thing I have going on here. Some of these are like gray tinted, but it's whatever. So moving on to the right, I just have my desk area. It's kind of a mess, but I tried to clean it just for this video. So this is my desk area. If you're wondering what this is, it's like a lamp that bends like this, and it's like a light. And it's really awesome. And then coming over to this bookshelf over on the right, up on top I have a bunch of old Series of Unfortunate Events and Goosebumps series that I read when I was a kid. Here we have just a bunch of random paperbacks. So like, I've read all the paperbacks in this stack here, and then I've read most of the ones in here, but there are some that I still haven't read, but I just don't know where else to put them. And I think this shelf looks really beautiful with the rainbow theme going on, so I've just left it like this. And this is my old Chipotle hat from when I used to work there. And then moving on to the second shelf, this is another TBR shelf, if you can believe it. These are all books that I still haven't read, and these are ones that are like, I'm looking forward to reading, but they're not necessarily like the top of my TBR. That's what that other shelf is for. But these are all just like some more books that I've been sent, or some books that I'm planning on reading eventually. And some more decoration, you know, a little Heisenberg and Groot, of course. So that is those two shelves. So then moving on down to the next shelf, behind the R, we just have a bunch of Taylor Jenkins Reid books and Christina Lauren, and just some random like Ready Player One, The Martian, some random sci-fi like Annihilation. And I just think that these three spines are so beautiful together, so that they should be kept together on the shelf, just because I think they look really nice. And then also we have a bunch of like new adult romances like Colleen Hoover and Renee Carlino books, and new adult romances and stuff. drop down one more shelf. And these are pretty much all of the thrillers that I've either bought on my own or was sent by like Page Habit or something, like anything that's not a book of the month thriller that I was sent. So we have all of these here. And then at the end of the shelf here, we just have a bunch of random tall hardbacks that I wasn't sure where else to put, but they are the same exact size as all these thrillers, so I just thought they would look nice there. And I still have this Brokeback Mountain thing that I showed you in my first bookshelf tour. Dropping down to the last shelf here. I don't even know what the deal with this shelf is, to be honest. I just ended up moving a lot of my series down here, so like the Fifth Wave series and the Lunar Chronicle series just ended up down here. Other random paperbacks that I haven't read, a lot of these, and then just some random tall hardbacks that didn't fit on this shelf. I just ended up moving them down here. That is all for that shelf. So, moving on, I did get an additional bookshelf in my room since I've last filmed. So coming over here, this is my reading chair that you probably saw in the last bookshelf tour. And this is my current read sitting on. So I have this other tall bookshelf back here. So this is the top shelf. Some of these books have been read, but a lot of them are unread, and these are all just hardcovers of books that I've either been sent or I bought. And this is a little My Fictional World, which is my username on Instagram that my mom gave to me a long time ago, so I just keep it up there because I think it looks so cute. And then coming down to the second shelf here, these are a bunch of arcs for the most part. Like you can see the little red. Most of these are arcs that I've been sent over the last few years. And then this shelf is also a lot of different books that I've been sent, and some of my old like Nicholas Sparks copies, and when I used to be obsessed with this series, and some Sandra Brown books that I read. And then this was something I put up that I got sent in some book mail a long time ago, and I just thought it was really cute, so I wanted to keep it. So that's that shelf. Moving down, this shelf is another shelf that's like pretty random. So behind this I have just a bunch of the paperbacks that I was sent by KCP Loft. So those are all there, and then these are all books mostly that I've been sent. So like all of these were sent by the author herself, A.L. Jackson, and then a lot of these were sent by Atria Books. Here's some more Nicholas Sparks paperbacks. And then down here, these are a lot of books that the authors sent to me themselves, and some more books from my recent haul just thrown on top there. And then the last bookshelf that I have on this shelf is one shelf down, and sorry, this shelf is really shadowed because the window's on the opposite side of the room, but yeah, so behind that we just have, there's some comics back here, like my Walking Dead, some of my Walking Dead comics, and my Saga is back here. I also have some kind of awkwardly random tall paperbacks that just don't really fit anywhere else, and some books that I had for my writing classes in school are down here. And then I have my old camera here that I used to film with. These are a bunch of young adult hardcover books that just don't really fit anywhere else on my shelves, so I just threw them down here, and some old Fantastic Four comics. The very bottom shelf on this bookshelf is just a bunch of old yearbooks and a bunch of like childhood books and a freaking cluttered mess, so we're not gonna go through that. So yeah, that's the final view of this shelf. This is probably an area that you saw last time in my video. Now it's kind of more like just a cluttered mess, but this is just my little side table that's right next to my bed. That is the full tour of the bookshelves. Alright, that was the full bookshelf tour. I hope you enjoyed it. As I said, I'm sorry most of my shelves are really random and don't really have a lot of purpose for why things are the way they are there. And yeah, if you have any tips for me on how you think I could organize my shelves better, you know, I would really appreciate it. Obviously, I could use all of the help that you have because my shelves are just a chaotic mess. So if you have any advice, it would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you guys next time.